What's good, y'all? It's your boy Marsco Music, and today I'm filming this video on the 3rd anniversary of XxXTentacion's death. And I just wanted to talk about what X meant to me and like who X was as a person and like how X impacted my life. So I discovered X as a freshman in high school, and the first song I heard about him by like many people is "Look at Me," but I'm always gonna claim this. I was on "Look at Me" for like 2-3 months before it really blew up. So I'm always gonna claim that. That's my claim to fame. I found X like 2-3 months early before he blew up. But I just remember the first time that I heard "Look at Me," I was like, this is it. I don't know what it was, but like, it just brought out something tribal in me. Fuck on me, look at me, fuck on me, y'all. X was just my guy for real. Like, I loved his music. Like, I loved X when he was just making straight hard SoundCloud bangers. Like, I'm like, few of my favorite songs from like the SoundCloud era of X were like Xanax. It was like Xanax, Freddy vs. Jason, Young Brats, Take a Step Back, Fucked Up, Sipping Tea in Your Hood. I remember being like a freshman and like sitting in my gym class, like isolating myself and like putting my headphones in and putting on my hoodie and listening to King of the Dead, and just like it was just a vibe, man. It was just such a moment in time. And then it was just great to like watch X grow. Like, as he went from being like a SoundCloud era rapper, just like hardcore music, like low quality, to like when he really like stepped his game up. It was just dope to see the growth in his music and the growth in X as a person. And it just strikes me like how young that he really was. Like, I'm 19 years old right now, and I believe X was what, 20 years old when he was gunned down? And just like the way that he was thinking about things and how much he was turning his life around and just how profound that he was really trying to be, it just blows my mind. And it just really makes me question, like, where would X be at today if he was still alive? X was really one of the first people. Okay, I don't want to say one of the first people, but X was one of like the people who was like the best at it and at like warping genres and just like pushing genre boundaries. Cause X was doing this in 2017. X was dropping songs like Jocelyn Flores, and then he was dropping songs like Garrett's Revenge, which is like kind of a country song. Like, X walks, so little Nas X can run. Even taking his name, sheesh. X was just pushing boundaries. Like, he was making so many different kinds of music. And I feel like if X was still around today, he would have only gotten better at it. He would have only honed his sound. And as times have gone on, like even just from the short time of 2018, like rap has expanded its sound so much. Like 5 years ago, we wouldn't have a Kid Leroy. But because of X, people are open to Kid Leroy. Because of X, people were more open to a Juice WRLD. And it's just sad that like we lost such a young legend. Just really focusing on the music. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about the impact that X as a person would have, as because we already know that he was such an impactful person, like so inspiring. And the fact that he got killed while his Helping Hand Foundation was in its infancy and just getting started, you could already see such the impact that he was gonna have. But just going back to talking about the music though, we just missed out on so much great music from X. Cause like just the music that X gave us while he was alive was just so amazing, and it's kind of crazy because like when X died, I was probably what, only 16, maybe 17 at the most, and like I was such a huge X stan. But I go back and listen to his music, and it's like, damn, like I didn't even understand what the hell he was talking about, like really, like. And that's what really displays to me that like X was making art. Like, X was really like doing something big, because I was messing with his songs when I was like 15, 16, 17, and then I come back now 19 going on 20, and his music just means something completely different to me now. Like he sings stuff and I'm like, wow, like that's not what it meant to me 2 years ago. That's like the words that he said didn't change, but the meaning changed because I changed as a person. And that's really art. And it's just sad to me personally, like how his family and just how his estate and his management have handled his music since he died. And personally, I'm not a fan of X anymore. But I'm a fan of old X, and I'm a fan of all the music that X dropped up until the Question Mark album. And then after that, I can't even really tell you a song that's come out since then. But I just knew that I couldn't be an X fan anymore when he dropped his Skin album. And it was like what, 11 songs and it was 17 minutes. Like, you're not dropping songs, you're dropping ringtones. And then just like all the drama that comes from his estate and just like the way they milk X for money. Like, didn't they have like the car that he got killed in on display? Like, it's just so disgusting, and it just takes the joy out of it for me. So I don't even like look to see what's happening with X's music or his estate anymore. I just appreciate the music that X gave us while he was here. And that's all I really need, because like I said, X was here for a short amount of time, but he did some great things while being a troubled soul. RP X, man. You're one of my favorite musicians, one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite rappers. One of the first rappers that I really fell in love with their music. And someone whose music I believe is gonna help me through my life at every stage of my life. RPX, man. Marsco Music out.